This is the Ridiculously Amazing Insurance Agent podcast hosted by me, Kelly Donahue-Piro. This show is for growing agencies looking to maximize their biggest investment, their people. We mash up our 3-minute videos from the previous week, all with tips on how to be ridiculously amazing at insurance sales, retention, processes, marketing, running an agency, and time management. If you want them daily, like us on social media as they're posted. But let's get started. Hey everyone, it's Kelly Donahue-Piro, and we're here with the 4 mashup videos for the week. And I'm excited because this is one of our course launch weeks. And also, top secretly, this week I'm on vacation in Montana, so that's also equally exciting. But we're going to go through how to plan and execute your agency's success roadmap. So in order to do that, we start this week with just what do you need to get ready before you start planning. So we have 4 items, and this is just 4 of about 12 we put into our section. So you're getting kind of like an appetizer if you want to do it yourself. But we definitely recommend you check out that course that we have, October 15th, launching, and it's an opportunity for you to have a full template of how to build your agency's roadmap. So check it out. But let's get into the first video. All right, so one of the things that we have to tackle and plan and execute is the agency owner's job description. It can't be we do everything. And in fact, as leaders, sometimes we do so many things we shouldn't be doing, which drains our battery. And when our battery is drained, we're not operating at our best. In fact, we can't be the top paid producer, and we shouldn't be doing things below our pay grade. And that's what we discussed in this video on how you're going to start tackling that and putting that in your plan to free you up. Hey everyone, it's Kelly Donahue-Piro here with another week of 3-minute videos. And this one, we're going to start diving into our new Q4 class, which is all how to plan and execute your agency's success roadmap. So this is the perfect time for this because it's end of year planning season. And we've developed videos and a whole workbook for you to get your act in gear to make a great plan for next year. So I want to go over a couple components that we do for you to get ready to build your plan. So this is kind of just some exercises to get your brain in the right direction of what you need to tackle. And the first one I'm going to tell you is something I think is great, which is the love-hate list. So the love-hate list is you literally sitting down and saying, what are all the jobs you do right now that you love? What are the ones that you hate? What are the ones you know you're not even good at? And what are the ones that you're stuck doing? And because you just don't think there's anyone else to do them. And I want you to go deep on this because oftentimes I find that agency leadership is doing things either because no one else can, you don't have the right level of expertise, or that's the way it's always been done, or it's just easier if I do it, but it drains our energy. And when the leader of an agency is drained, nothing good can come of that. Now, this is also going to give us our punch list of what to work on over the year. Who can we train? Can we get a contractor? Can we trim it? Can we trash it? Can we automate it? Do we have a new role we need to start working towards and budgeting for? I want you to have the job that you love because as a business owner, you get to do that. You're either an insurance agent or a business owner. And insurance agents tend to do a lot of jobs they don't like. The business owner, though, on the other hand, gets to really do some fun things and have the career and the dream, their life dreams come true. So the love-hate list is something I think everybody should do, but it is part of our workbook. It's one of many, many things in the workbook. So if you're interested, definitely check it out. Our launch is October 15th, and we're doing a 50% off the whole course until the end of October. And then it'll be on our store for $1,000. So you get it for about $500 from October 15th till the end of the year, to the end of October. Then it's on the store, or you can subscribe to our school for $245 a month. Get this. Sales training, renewal review calls, how to reduce remarketing, how to cross-sell, all that's in there, and we just keep adding to it. So I don't know what you're waiting for. But anyway, take a look at the love-hate list. It's pretty powerful, and you don't even need the course for it. You can just grab a piece of paper and just outline those items. But be honest with yourself. If you're doing things that are below your kill zone, you're going to burn out, and you're not going to be very good for the agency. Next up on our list is the what's bothering you list. It's good just to get it out on pen and paper in a place where you can document it and get through it. My husband calls this the stuff Kelly talks about at dinner, and he knows when I'm frustrated about something, I'm going to bring it up at dinner or at any of the times that I spend time with him. He's not going to help me solve them. He'll listen and allow me to vent, but venting is not a solution. Putting this into your plan, however, is, and that's why we included it in this section of getting ready to build your agency's success plan. So the bother you list, make sure you get it out. Even if you buy our course or not, I think it's important you write it down and you build it into your plan for next year. Listen to it in this video. Okay, so the next step is that we're gonna go ahead and take a look at how we plan and execute our agency success roadmap. As you probably heard me say, this is a video in conjunction with our new Q4 course, all a big workbook on how to make your agency's plan. So what I wanna share with you now is the things that bother you list. I think that my husband calls them the stuff Kelly talks about at dinner. If you have things that bother you that you talk to your friends, your spouse about, or maybe even to a trusted person at the agency, talking about them isn't a plan. So talking about them is fantastic, but it's not going to solve the problem. What I instead want everybody to stay focused on is you have to get them out on paper so that you can start solving them. So we have a what's bothering you list inside the workbook. And we tell agency owners to, take it around with them for the next week and just pop in anything that comes to your mind. And the reason that you want to do that is that you have to capture it. Sometimes it's just something that bothers you like this, and sometimes this happens routinely. But here's what I know. It's your business. So if something's bothering you, the only person that can fix it is you. And so we need to categorize it and prioritize it. So we start rubbing down those bothersome items. I just see all too often agency owners was like, well, you know what? Fixing it is really painful. Maybe it's letting go of somebody. Maybe it's moving things around. Maybe it's saying no to certain clients and you're scared producers are going to have a revolt. If it bothers you, it's worth addressing. And, people are resilient. People will figure it out as long as we paint the picture of why, which this whole workbook is going to gear you up towards. So hopefully you're in end of year planning mode, and you should definitely take a look at this course because it's just a powerful time for you to plan for next year, get geared up, and have the structure you need versus jotting down on a piece of paper some random thoughts. So check it out. But write down what bothers you as an effective starting point for your planning for next year. Hey everyone, you might have seen that we're launching our latest course, which is how to plan and execute your agency's roadmap to success. And what a great time to do it, as we all should be focused on end of year planning and looking at next year. Well, I want to let you in a little secret. We're doing our first ever pre-sale, which means that from October 4th through October 11th of 2021, you can get it at our most discounted rate before it's even ready. That means that during this time frame, you can get it for $395, where during our launch, it'll go up to $495. And then after that, it goes up to $995. So if you're at all interested, we recommend you lock it in now. You can buy it between the 4th and the 11th of October. And then on the 15th, it'll be automatically available to you. So we just want to get a few people in the hopper that are super excited, clear it off your to-do list. And this course is going to be amazing. The workbook is outstanding. It will literally let you unplug from your agency, sit down and clarify your vision, what's working. We even have management system report guides so that you can pull data from AMS 360, Hawksoft, and Epic and know what you're looking at. We're going to have your team get a little engaged with getting some feedback from them. And then we're going to tie it all together with incentives, a clear way to roll out your vision, and how to hold your team accountable to that vision all through 2022 and beyond if you lather, rinse, repeat this process. This is a huge opportunity. And I know for so many agencies, we struggle sometimes with end of year planning, or we make our plan, but we don't communicate it with the team, or we make our plan and we communicate with the team once, and then that's the end. So all I want you guys to do is to think about it. What could be better than having me walk you step by step through how to create your agency's success roadmap and then how to execute it and hold people accountable? For $395, it's worth it, but it's only available until October 11th, 2021, so don't wait. We'll see you soon. Vision. I could do a whole thing on vision because I've struggled with it and it just finally clicked with me this year that, every agency needs a vision. So hear me out. Listen to this video on why you need a vision. Don't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. Visions felt very limiting to me until I flipped the magnet and realized how empowering they were. I was scrambling around taking on every opportunity versus saying, whoa, I don't need to work every Saturday and Sunday. I need to figure this out to get it under control. And by having a vision of what I wanted to accomplish, it made it that much easier. So listen to the vision because your vision can tie your personal life into your work life. Okay, next up is our vision. Gosh, forever and ever and ever, I heard about you had to have a vision for your agency, and I just sort of threw it aside like it wasn't that important because I didn't really know how to do it, to be honest with you. And every time I thought about a vision, I'm like, I'm going to be held back. What if there's this great opportunity? Can't you fly by the seat of your pants? I always end, upright when I fall. And I've just sort of learned more the power of having a vision.
Having a vision actually empowers you to make decisions towards something versus randomly. So I have certainly spent my fair share of money on things that I shouldn't have because it was just, that sounds like amazing. Let's do this right now. And then really didn't align, or we didn't really have the bandwidth or the resources for it. So when I think about the vision, I think about what kind of lifestyle I want. I think about, what do I want for this agency? What do I want for my team? What does it look like to be at a certain revenue side? What roles are created at that point? And it allows you to dream a bit about your agency, but ultimately it's the decision-making power of what you need to focus on. And once you know what you need to focus on, those are the priorities versus whoever comes onto your radar screen, whatever you see in a Facebook group. And ultimately, once you have your vision and you know what maybe revenue you want to hit, we actually have a growth calculator in our new course on Plan and Execute, Building Your Agency's Success Roadmap. That's launching on October 15th, 2021. And we actually can type in there if you have a retention rate, an average policy growth, if you have XYZ in sales, what you can expect to grow year over year. So a lot of these tools are just hard to come by. You're like, I don't know. I want to be XYZ revenue, maybe. It's time to start planting that flag on the moon. And because it's okay if you don't hit it, and it's okay if it gets modified every year, but it's not okay to be kind of steering your ship without a clear roadmap. And that's what stresses out your team. And this is going to help you communicate why you're doing some of the things. That's some of the big feedback we get from agency staff is we just change things all the time. And they don't quite connect the dots on the why. Sharing your vision, on the other hand, will help them understand that and get behind you versus throwing up some waves and roadblocks. So check it out, because this new course is pretty amazing. It's got so many great tips on, for how to build your agency's roadmap and exercises just like this, so that you know clearly what you would have to sell every year to hit that number, or what you'd have to retain every year to hit your agency's vision. We've got all those tools built on in. So make sure you check out our new course on Plan and Execute, Building Your Agency's Roadmap. I'm going to apologize in advance on this one. I go nuts over agency reports. I just don't think it should be this complicated, yet it is, but that's okay. We're going to break down every report in our course. I actually go through very high level some of the reports that we like to see for you to get ready to build your plan. But if you want to buy the course, we go through detail, like what fields you need, what the report is called, why you need it, how to pull it into Excel. It's got a whole lot of robust reporting features. But before you build your plan, stop using accounting numbers, use your management system, or make it a plan to commit to your management system being accurate next year so you do get these reports. Your accounting stuff cannot tell you everything that's going on in your agency. And that's why I'm so passionate about getting this right for agents before they build their plan for the year. Okay, this is one that I'm probably going to go off on a tangent on. Why are agency management system reports so flipping hard? You either need an MBA in rocket science or I don't know. Every system runs differently. We've been so blessed to partner with different vendors for the top 3 management systems, Hawksoft, Applied Epic, and AMS 360 to get the best practices. But it's a lot of it really boils down to 3 things. It's the download, it's your data entry, and it's the report filters. And sometimes getting those reports to be accurate means you might have a problem with all 3. So what you need to be focused on is we can no longer use it as the excuse of it's hard, or I use the accounting reports. The accounting reports do not tell you what you need to do to run a business, people. And ultimately, a lot of agencies don't want their team knowing some of those numbers. So how do we communicate clearly? We now need to bite the bullet on reporting. And we actually have in this new course I keep talking about, our Q4 course, Plan and Execute, How to Build Your Agency's Success Roadmap. We have guides for Epic, AMS 360, and Hawksoft on how to get key reports. So we actually list out several reports. We need book seasonality, so you know what's going on. Equal work distribution. Does everybody have equal work, or is there anybody who really does have a lot higher? We've got activities, because we want to see, is everybody equally logging, and what are the common activities? What can we trim down, automate? What can we do to keep getting those down? Overdue. We should be able to weekly predict how overdue people are. In fact, clients that work with us, we do this daily so we can keep an eye on it. And the idea is that, when we do not want people over backlogged. And so if we're going through a little spell, we got to deal with it. If it's more of an ongoing thing, we got to deal with it. We also want to see new business and closing ratios. We want to see the retention rate, which, by the way, that's the retention rate report in every management system is always like solving a Rubik's Cube in the dark is easier sometimes. but you have to make the commitment to understanding it so that you can get the best numbers. It takes time. We want to see your book of business growth every year. We want to see why people are leaving. There's cancellation reports in there, and you have to go back and encode the reason because the download will wipe it out. But we need to start tracking why people are leaving and start attacking that number. We want to see the source of new business. These are just some I'm throwing out there, and we've got them all mapped out in our course, what you need. And if your agency is not on any of the systems I mentioned, that's okay. Our workbook on this course will allow you to call up your management system and say, I need this, and get it from them. So we believe in empowering. You cannot build a plan if you don't have numbers. You cannot build a plan if you can't measure it. And so this is why it's incredibly critical to get that information. And that's why we built a whole section on it, had these trainers go write it for us so that you out there could, for very low investment, $500 during our launch period until October 31st, get even how to run these reports with videos and from a third-party perspective. So make sure you check it out. But reports you are gonna need them to build your plan. That's just the way it is. All right, that was the start. This is all about how to get ready to build your agency plan. This was some of the planning. Like I said, I think we have about 12 sections that we go through to get your head in the right direction. And this is just a starting point. That reporting piece is really critical that we had built. So I'm excited about it. Again, if you're interested in our Q4 course, go to our website, go to shop, go to Agency Performance Pack. You can buy the course outright until October 31st, 2021 for $495, or you can subscribe for $245 a month and you get how to cross-sell, how to reduce remarketing, sales training, renewal reviews. Everything's in there and we just keep adding to it. So your choice, but we hope to welcome you as a new student as we take this journey. For the next few weeks, we're going to talk about how to build your agency's plan. So we just got started on this one. Make sure you listen next week for more tips.